Let me double check and make sure we are live. And okay, we're good. We're good to go. All right, guys,
You're
what's going
streaming?
on? Yep. Stream's on.
Okay.
I'll have a VOD, and I'll send you guys the VOD too after this. Well, what's going on, guys? This is the team from Rethinkable. They actually are not an NFT project. If I'm correct, right? You guys aren't an NFT project yet, at least, or are you
Yeah,
guys
not
working
currently.
up on it? Okay. Yeah. So you guys want to give a little introduction of who you are and what Rethinkable entails?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Jay Porter. So I handle some of the marketing communications over at Rethinkable. And then we have Pixel here, who I'm sure you know as well. He handles our onboarding, does a fantastic job of that. Rethinkable is something that we actually wanted to start because we felt that there was a gap in the space that needed to be filled. And that was really a centralized hub when it came to being able to apply for jobs and actually finding work. I know personally when I started a little over a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
I started as an investor, but I had a really hard time trying to figure out the right place to go to find a job or network with the right people. And honestly, I wish we had Rethinkable back when I started. This is something that just makes applying for a job really easy. We have a free Discord bot. It's pretty quick to set up, as you can see that we just managed to do that kind of on the fly. So when you guys actually take a look at this bot, you'll see that there's job postings that come in continuously. The job postings, when they come in, they're actually approved on our back end. So if I wanted to apply, let's say for a moderator job, I would go to a listing, say X, Y, and Z project is putting a listing up for a moderator position. I would go ahead and apply for that. You'll get a box that actually pops up, and it will ask you a couple questions. So things like, why should we hire you? Your experience, your Twitter link. This way, that project can contact you if they feel that you guys are a good fit together. Once you hit approve, or once you hit submit, actually, it gets sent over to our back end. So we actually have a team that goes ahead and approves those, and they're not really looking quality wise, like let's say how good an applicant is, or in terms of experience. They just want to make sure there's some validity behind it. Not that you're putting something on there like hire me or your project's going to rug. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's some validity to it in terms of your resume, and then that gets sent to the project itself, and they're able to review those. So it's a nice, simple way that we were able to formulate a Discord bot, which again is free. It's safe. At this point, I think we're in over, I think, 100 different Discords. So a lot of people are finding value with it because it's really a win-win for their community to go ahead and look at these jobs. And we have everything. We have marketing, we have developers, community managers, collab managers. Um, there's so many different things that we have, and they're able to go in there and find the thing that they want and apply for it. One of the other things that we do over at Rethinkable to kind of help people is education. Some people are applying for a job for the first time. You may never have applied for a job, let's say IRL, but you're like, hey, I really like this bridge between Web 2 and Web 3. I really like the NFT space. I want to get started in this. So we help with resume building. We help with how you answer certain questions, pretty much how you separate yourself from the herd of other people applying. So it's a really good opportunity to just even if you were just to go in there and just scroll, even if you're like, I'm not really interested, in a job specifically, but I want to kind of see what's out there. It's a good way to kind of see what projects are looking for in startup businesses. So that's a little bit about Rethinkable. I don't know if Pixel would like to add something as well, either from his end or anything else he'd like to add.
Yeah, sure. So I mean, I feel like you kind of hit the nail on the head with who exactly we are, and just the fact that we're trying to facilitate as many connections in the space as possible, and just make the hiring process a lot easier for everybody. Because I'm sure everybody understands how frustrating it is. But to expand on it a little bit, besides the Discord bot, that is just like our initial MVP. We're going to be having a full web application integrate into the process down the line as well, and that will come with a ton more features, like education, like John said, and there's going to be some. We'll be offering doxing services. That's where you'll be able to upload your like official resumes and profiles, and yeah, just a bunch of other things that will kind of complete the full process of recruiting and make it easier to get verified and know who you're talking to when you want to apply or when you want to hire. But yeah, that's just to expand a little bit on sort of long term and where we're trying to go with things other than the Discord bot. But the Discord bot itself is already been proven to be pretty useful for everybody that's using it. We've helped facilitate some hires. We get a ton of applications every day, and it just helps out anybody that's ever looking to hire as well.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys have so as you guys can see, if you look up at the job postings channel, they have more ways to organize it than one. I just set it up really quickly, and I plugged everything into one category. But basically, if you go into their server, I'm going to drop a link to that right now, actually. Give me a second. So you can get a better idea of what it looks like. I'm going to drop it in MetaHall so you guys can check it out. So join the server real quick. Whenever you guys get the chance, join the server real quick, and you can kind of scroll down. And you'll see Apply to Jobs. There's going to be a tab called Apply to Jobs. And also your job ads, where you can create a job listing. They got multiple categories right here. They got all jobs, creatives, marketers, developers, community managers, moderators, alphas, advisors, ambassadors, and other jobs. And for the most part, it's a really straightforward utility. You guys can literally go into any of your preferred category, whatever you're looking to do, and you can apply for a lot of these jobs pretty easily. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's really clean process, and it's super simple and sleek. And these guys really did a great job at getting this system integrated into Discord.
Really appreciate that. Yeah, one of the biggest things we want to do is make this easy. Applying for jobs is, in real life is really, it can be stressful. It can be really stressful. Like if you have a skill set and you're like, man, I really want to land something, and you're sending applications out left and right, you're doing resumes, you're answering questions. We wanted this to be as simple as possible. And I mean, if you go through there, if you actively are looking for something, it will take you but a couple minutes. Like you can set up your own resume, and really, like you could even do something, as simple as like even going into your notepad and just listing like your skill sets. And once you post that actually in the section, it kind of formats. So, like you can format it like a resume, depending on what the project is looking for. So you can make this as easy as you want for yourself. The biggest thing is when you're answering those questions is just be real specific to yourself and like what you have to offer to that project. A lot of times we get applications. Sometimes it's just minimal information, and for people to get hired, and we've had I think maybe 30 or 40 people at this point after our week 2 stats that have gotten hired. They're able to kind of separate themselves for the herd. So it's a really good platform to really start building your experience. I was saying on a Spaces the other day, like you look at Frank from the Gods, for example, right? He's at the top of the chain right now. If you look at his banner on his profile, it shows you like where he kind of started, right? He had over 1,000 clown emojis when he launched the Gods. It wasn't going well. Everyone thought he had no idea what he was doing. And now look, he's all people talk about in this space.
Right.
Like, what's cool about, this process, like for me personally, is we get to watch people apply. Like even say like you're starting, you want to be a moderator. Like if this can be your foot in the door for 6 months, a year from now, where you could be the next big project that goes out there, just simply because you had a centralized place to really get your feet wet with a job. So it's exciting for me to see people apply and develop themselves over time, get experience, and who knows where you're going to be 6 months, 12 months from now, right? You can help that project with so much value that you end up moving up and becoming a lead part of that team, or you go on to make your own project. And so that's something that I get really excited about, is that this is just a stepping stone for a lot of people, or like say developers or collab managers and devs are in high demand right now. It's a fantastic way to really separate yourself instead of DMing a bunch of projects and going, hey, are you hiring? Hey, are you hiring? This allows you to really see what's out there. So like Pixel was saying, this is just a very small piece of what we have coming, and it's working out a lot better than we anticipated. We thought the Discord bot was going to be good, but we didn't realize how much demand it was going to actually bring so quickly. So with the social platform that we have, you're going to have so many more features. You're going to have your own types of profiles. You're going to have a chat messaging section. You're going to be able to break jobs down by applicants and like analytics and kind of see more in depth, because the goal at the end of the day for us is to be the LinkedIn of Web3. And I think we really have a team that's able to do that. We have, like I said, the Discord bot's just the start of it, but just the demand itself is really allowing us to see that a platform and a social platform for a web application is truly, in our future and is currently in development. So this is just the starting point. So we appreciate you guys like taking a look at it and playing with it. And like I said, it's really a win-win for all communities that projects can offer this value back to them to kind of get their foot in the door and get started.
Right, that's super impressive. So you guys also you guys are working on a web platform right now. Can you tell us how the web platform itself is going to differentiate from what's going on in the Discord currently?
Yeah, so basically we're just going to be expanding on it. So like Pixel was saying, the Discord bot is kind of like our phase one.
Hmm.
We're 1.1 right now because we added some stuff to it. And we're going to continue adding features to the Discord bot over time. Things like if you apply for a job and let's say you didn't get selected, let's say they picked someone else, you'll get a message back saying that the project's hired another applicant. Or if your application gets rejected for any reason, you'll be notified of that instead of having to like follow up. So these are things that we're adding in that. The platform itself is, like I said, currently in development. It's being tested by our team members. It's already got pretty much everything that we want on there. We're just kind of perfecting it, so to speak. So it's going to be a much larger platform for you guys to network and have like verification on there. So for example, you'll be able to link like your Twitter, your Discord, your wallet, things so people can actually verify like what you're saying is true. So for example, if you're a developer and you have a portfolio, you'll be able to link your GitHub so the project can actually verify your work. If you're, let's say, a project's looking for someone who's been in the NFT space for X amount of years, we're going to have achievements. So if you have X amount of, say, NFTs in your wallet, this is just an example, by the way.
Yeah.
If you have X amount of NFTs in your wallet, we'll be able to confirm that. This way, this project can go, oh, they have 200 or 300 NFTs. They've been around for a little while. Instead of someone saying, hey, I've been in the NFT space since the very beginning, and your wallet has 0 NFTs in it. It just doesn't kind of add up. So we'll have different achievements for them to verify. Also, like Pixel was saying, a doxing certificate. This way you can go ahead and allow that project to know that you are who you say you are, especially if it's for a higher position or something that they're monetary value wise are really trying to compensate.
Yeah.
We can verify who you are. So there's different ways that we can go about doing this and kind of expand it out that we're working on currently. And also using third-party vendors to help us with verification, just to make sure that there's validity behind all this when someone applies and they say, hey, I've done X, Y, and Z, that we'll be able to kind of connect these people and say, hey, you know what, this is what we're finding off our verification tools. This can help you a little bit in making a decision if this is the right person for your project.
Right. Okay, and then Sasuke had a question right here. He said, how do you filter which projects go onto your platform? For example, I got applied on a mod job. I did my work, but the project didn't pay me or send NFTs. What's next?
So the tools are free to use for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and especially the web application itself is going to be free, at least for basic functionality of like posting and applying to jobs. But then that's kind of going to be kind of where the other features that we're offering come into play and help you kind of filter out who is worth your time and who's not. Like,
Right.
if you find that one project is offering whatever that interests you, and then it's a job that revolves around your skill set, but they have no sort of verifications, they haven't linked any of their like previous work, you don't know who any of the other team is, just things of that nature, versus another project that's offering a similar job, like you'll probably want to be taking the other job, if that makes sense.
Right. I was wondering, are you guys gonna have some kind of? I think it would also help too, in regards to what he just said, if there was some type of review system, if that makes sense, for certain projects or servers putting jobs out. Do you guys plan to have something like that implemented?
That's a great question. Oh, go ahead, Pixel. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, for now with the Discord bot, we do that manually for every single thing that
Okay.
comes through. Um, and for every application and every listing. So we make sure there's no scam links. There's no it's legitimate like job posting that's going through. But when that functionality turns towards the web application, like I said before, that's going to be sort of where other integrations come into place. Like for example, the doxing service that we're offering, or that I believe we'll be offering our own, as well as like allowing you to connect your other doxing certificates and stuff.
Hmm.
But that will kind of help verify who exactly is trying to do what, and who's reliable and who's trustworthy and who's not.
Right. Okay. That's good to know too. But I'm actually referring to, for example, let's say Sasuke here applies to a job, and he doesn't have a good experience with that person that's making the postings. Because I imagine there's going to be certain people that aren't just going to be putting out permanent positions, but maybe people to handle this job for this amount of time, or maybe they want an artist to handle this thing specifically. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how like kind of like how Upwork works. Right now, I see a lot of people only using the platform to look for permanent or to fill permanent positions, which isn't bad either. But I mean, eventually, especially when more people start using it, I feel like, especially in a bull market, there's going to be some people that are looking for very specific jobs. Like they'll pay people to do a very specific thing. Um, and I guess that's where I'm talking about the review process. Would there be some type of way that these users will be able to, when they apply for a job, that they'll be able to review um, the the project slash company that they applied to, and maybe that company can also review that specific person for future jobs, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it totally makes sense. So that's something also that we have kind of going in the works as well, is being able to have, there's the biggest thing for us is making sure that you feel safe doing this, right?
Right.
Especially when it comes to payment. You don't want to provide work and not get paid for it. So there is a payment feature in there that we're going to be incorporating, that we have in development as well. The biggest thing I can recommend, and kind of, it's, we say it essentially every day, is, DYOR, right? Do your own research to an
Yeah.
extent. But also, we want to be able to make sure that when we're bringing people onto this platform or through this Discord bot, like Pixel was saying, that we're able to kind of go through it and look for validation that these people are legitimate and that they have a reputation, right? So the web platform is going to have features as well, where you're going to be able to find comfort in knowing that, like, if you're looking, let's say again, for a moderator job, and you're looking at 5 postings, you're going to see projects that you're either familiar with, or people that are, really some sort of foundation going for them, that we can try to, connect these people together. Because that's the big thing for us, is making sure that, if we're bringing people on and we're connecting people, that we're doing it in a safe manner. And that's why we're manually going through things now, to make sure that we're just not putting something out there just because they have a job listing, but more so because they're putting something out there that is legitimate, and that these people are going to be taken care of. So one of the big things right now, especially as we go through the Discord bot, is, always research, the projects, research the projects that you're looking at, but also on our end, we're going through them as well. But just to make sure it's a good tie to them, or even trying to connect with their team or find information on that team, because that's one of the ways that you can find security, personally, that these people are going to follow through. A lot of the projects that we have coming in are projects that are starting up, or even projects that are looking for things that, they've kind of been, in the space for a while.
Hmm.
So that's something I would recommend, is when you're filtering through these people, to make sure that you're looking as well too, right? Like, I'll go through these applications, and I'll go to their Twitter, I'll go to their Discord, and I'll look to kind of see how they have things going, right, and how they have things set up. Because one of the big things for me, and I know Pixel and the team, safety is a big priority for us. We want you guys not just to be happy,
Right.
but to make sure that you're getting compensated for what you're doing.
Right. Gotcha. I see. Okay. Yeah, I think in this space in general, do your own research is a really, it's a must. Obviously, you have to do your own research, no matter what you're about to throw yourself into. I've seen a lot of people, especially in Dragos, because our guys have been in the space for a very long time. A lot of these guys, I've seen some of them jump into certain jobs, or you know, uh, projects where the result didn't play out the way that they wanted it to, and they ended up getting their name stuck into something that basically they sank with a boat that they shouldn't have been on in the first place. Um, but for that reason, I do think as some kind of job platform, I think it's very important. Since you guys are in this realm, um, if possible, to have some kind of, even if it's just job history, even if it's not necessarily reviews or like ratings, because I know it's going to be when you're looking at the review system. Like, let's say somebody joins a team. Let's say Sasuke joins a team, and we don't know what really happened in the background, but after a month, let's say he had a good experience that first month, he may not have had a good experience, a couple months after that. Or maybe, they left on bad terms and, his review would obviously change. There's a lot of things to take into account. But even if it was just like job history, right? Being able to see which jobs that users has already taken, or just stats on how many that they've uh, successfully applied to. Something along those lines. If people can see that information, I think that would be one way to assist the user in commencing in the research portion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree 100%. And that's something also, I know we have something in play with that as we build out this web application,
Right.
but I'll bring that back specifically to the team to see, where we're at with that and, what are our plans for that? Because again, at the end of the day, we want this platform to be, as user friendly and as safe as possible. So, I mean, any extra measure, and I think a review system is perfect. I mean, if there's a way that people could say, hey, I worked for this project, I had a good experience, bad experience, this way, when you're applying for it, they see these reviews, right? And I think that's crucial to you having some peace of mind when you're going through this process. So that's definitely something I'll bring back, specifically what you were saying, to see kind of where we're at with that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's just like, I think that would be the main concern with any kind of system like this, because I like what I'm seeing, right? I'm sure everybody can look through this and just see how clean and easy it is to apply to a job, right? And that's super convenient. I love that part. Biggest thing is just making sure it is just a security part. But it sounds like you guys have an escrow system that you're building, which is that's top tier. That's excellent. Um, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean. The issue wouldn't even be you guys. People can trust you guys. It's just the people out here making the application, because it is an easy process. But I understand you guys have a manual approval system at the moment, and you'll probably clean it up later on. But yeah, man, just being able to, yeah, this space is just dirty. This space is super dirty.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, you're 100% correct. It can be, and that's one of the things and that's a big reason right now, manually, as we go through with the Discord bot, that we're doing that because, I mean, it's very easy for us to just allow these applications to be approved, right, and just throw them out there to kind of get them off the desk, and we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we're looking through these things and making it as safe as possible. I think Jaggy has a question.
What's going on, Rahit?
Oh no, hey, how are you guys? I just entered. About Rethinkable. I don't have a question. I just joined, but I have feedback. I think like a budget. Like I've been going through the creatives application and stuff. I think if there was an option where when the people submit jobs, if they also submit their budget, that would be really ideal.
Oh, that's yeah.
Budget, like what they're looking for in terms of compensation as an applicant.
Yep. No. In terms of not the person who's applying, not the person who's submitting the job. If they put their budget.
The person posting,
Yep.
posting, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a feature that we have been looking into. There's a few things we've got in queue for the Discord bot specifically, while we're waiting on the web application. And this, like John said earlier, this is just like the second or third version of the Discord bot since we initially released it. So we're constantly adding different things and trying to make it more user friendly, and just help streamline and give more options out to people when they're using it. But that is one that we're looking into right now.
And also, like the saturation. What I mean by saturation is, for example, on Upwork, you would know how many people have applied for a specific gig, so that you're entering a saturated. So then like, okay, I'm bidding to do this task at this price. So both sides, right? One side is the person who's posting the job, they put in their budget, and then the person who's applying, he puts in the price that he's willing to do it at and the timeline he would take, or whatever, right? Um, and saturation being how many people have applied for that job. If a count shows there then I know, okay, I'm competing against 10 people. So I would charge a lower price. I would undercut maybe.
Yeah, I hear what
I'm
you're
going
saying.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. The web application is going to have a section where you're going to be able to see how many applicants actually have applied. I think that's really important when you're applying for something, right? Especially, again, say a position that's high in demand, say a developer or something like that.
Yep.
It's crucial to kind of see what's out there, not just for that project, but the demand entirely for a specific position, right? It kind of gives you an idea, or maybe, start seeing what you could work on to kind of separate yourself from that herd. But the web application is definitely going to have how many applicants, so you can kind of see what you're getting yourself into.
100%. Got you. Looking forward to it.
Thank you. That was a great question. Thank you.
That was a good one. I wanted to ask too. Obviously, this is an excellent platform. How will you guys generate revenue from this platform? Like, how will you guys get back? All the work that you're putting in. Obviously, nobody can put all that effort in for free. So how will you guys get back? Especially because you guys aren't doing an NFC project, which is different in this space. Not different, but actually, I mean, yeah, typically, yeah. But how would you guys generate revenue?
Yeah, so collection is on the table. It's not our major focus, but it is on the table. That's one. But one of the big things we wanted to do was build first, and then compensate later. And some of the ways we're doing that is any of the projects that are kind of onboarding the Discord bot now are what we consider early adopters. So that's always going to be you're going to kind of be grandfathered in. There may come a time where we start charging for it to a certain extent. This way, if there's a high enough demand for it, that's one way we can do it. Another is on the web application. We're going to have list services. So let's say, MetaDragos has a staking platform. Again, this is just an example. Says they have a staking platform and they want more exposure on it. They can come to us on this platform because, again, right, we're trying to make this essentially the LinkedIn of Web3. Yeah. So if you could just think of the magnitude of that, to be able to list the services that you want. So whether it's staking, whether it's a sniper bot, whatever it is. So there's going to be list services that these other projects can post on there that we'll be able to generate as well from having them listing their services. Or let's say even, a percentage of whatever the cost is to go back to Rethinkable. So that's another way to do it. There's a couple different things that we have in the pipeline to help generate revenue. One of the things that we wanted to focus on most was, and I'm sure, you guys know this, a lot of times projects will, say they're going to build, and although they have intentions to, they need the mint money, and then the mint money comes, things go sideways, and then building doesn't happen. So we wanted to make sure that we build first before we worried about anything else. But there are some things that we have in the pipeline to help us down the road. So, the team is compensated, but the big thing is reinvesting back into the project or, to the service, because we want to see that grow, because we believe long-term that that's going to open up other doors for us.
Right.
I think there's one smart way to do it, which is the people who are going to apply, the freelancers, they get like a specific number of points, credit points that they can use to apply for jobs. So applying for a job would cost you those credit points. On monthly basis, those credit points get renewed, and then if you need extra credit points, you pay a specific amount for it.
Yeah, that's another good way too. When it comes to like revenue, or even a business model in terms of monetary value, there's a lot of different ways to go about it, and those are things that we're constantly looking at as well, to make sure that it's something sustainable for the future, because this is something that we really want to benefit the space, and we want to be that central hub for job seeking and applications. And I think this is a great way for us to really just kind of get started. The feedback's always been great, and just expanding in this space, because at the end of the day, it's, say, the list services or whatever it is, this is a chance for other projects to get exposure too and really strengthen the space. And revenue is definitely a big thing, but that's something that we're working on continuously. But our feet are kind of on the pavement, kind of running, and I'm sure Pixel can agree with that, because he's always going, to make sure that we're doing the right thing, and then hard work pays off is kind of the way we're looking at it.
Right.
So at the moment, you guys are bootstrapping it? Is it like completely
bootstrapped? This is completely bootstrapped. Yep.
So you have no operating cost apart from the hosting?
Aside from what the team members are doing themselves, there's really no other cost associated. This is all something that we've done kind of to build up, because we wanted a working product first to show people that we can build. We didn't need money to do it, and then go forward from there. That was one of the big things. I have pride in it.
Of course, it's rare in the space in this space. Yes, that's amazing. Everybody goes for the funding before building. You
One
guys are doing building before the funding, so that's amazing.
That was one of the things personally I was attracted to this project when I was inquiring about it. When they told me they were bootstrapping, I said, I'm all about it. I am all about it. I love it, because usually, you're trying to get paid first and then work later. And
Yeah,
the other things I do in this space, I'm a firm believer in working and then getting your pay, right? Not getting your pay and then working.
Right.
got you.
I wanted to ask, you have the escrow system. I know Upwork uses something similar. And yeah, I think something like that's going to be huge on a job platform, anyways. Are you guys going to take a cut of the revenue? I mean, that's what Upwork does. Upwork takes, it's a freelancing website. They take I think they take 20%. Raheem, what do they take?
Upwork takes 20%.
20%. It's a good amount. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what our percentage is going to be, but we will be taking percentages of any people that decide to use that service on our platform.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so that's what I was wondering before, because you guys are obviously going to do that. And okay, so what is your? I want to ask honestly. I want to ask what is your reason for not wanting to do an NFT project? Not because I know it's not about money for you guys, but I also feel like in general, an NFT project is the best way to raise awareness of anything in this space. Like, everybody wants to throw some money at something, right? And you guys have a very unique solution.
That's pretty much the only reason that we're considering doing an NFT mint, is, like you said, for awareness and sort of like as a marketing tool. And if we do continue with that probably won't be for a while, a few months out at the very least. But like John was saying, we're really just going to focus on building a foundation right now with getting the tools out, getting it integrated into, with all of our partners, and just building some trust with everybody, and proof of work. That way, if we do ever decide to do an NFT mint, or whatever things we decide to do on the web application, we kind of already have results that will speak for itself.
Yeah, man. Because the way that you guys have it structured, I mean, it's a job portal, right? Obviously, there are some projects out here. In order for them to be sustainable, I think most projects are either going to have they're going to need some kind of product or service that they can put out there. And from our perspective, we have two services that obviously we want to plug in somewhere and raise some awareness on. I feel like some kind of business model with NFTs where, your quote unquote partners, or maybe people can, be quote unquote partners where they can acquire X amount. Like, let's say they hold 1 or 5 NFTs, something like that. They get a massive discount on your services. Like, for example, if you guys are, if people can promote their services on the website, you know what I mean? I think we talked about this a little bit before. If there was a way that, if there was a way that we can get a discount on promoting those services, I'm positive there are a lot of people in this space that would love to be, front and center of that, or some kind of boost of some sort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Agreed. And that's sorry, go ahead, Pixel.
No, you're good.
I was gonna say, and that's part of it, right? Is helping other projects have that exposure too. Because when we're talking about a platform of that kind of magnitude, we want to make sure that we're not just linking people with jobs, but we're also setting other projects up to get that exposure that they want. And to answer your other question a little more, I guess, directly, our team has had conversations about collections. We have had talks and focus groups on certain things. So it is on the table. It's just our primary focus, like Pixel is saying, is the product that we currently have working. But it is something we want to do to tie it so people have something, to represent and build that out along with it. So it's kind of multifaceted, so to speak.
If you guys had So is it okay? So when it comes to the NFT project, is it more of a matter of allocating your resources? Like, obviously you guys are really focused on building out the foundation of what you have right now, and you guys want to snowball on that before you start, expending your time and energy into figuring out how to execute a proper NFT project. If there was a team out there that could structure this structure an NFT project for you, like present different models with the NFT, different models and in general, just business models into that NFT, would you be willing to onboard? If that makes
I
sense.
think it's more of a matter of how well are things going to go with our initial like tools and the premium services we offer, and then we're also doing some VC funding rounds, and that's also kind of why we're focused on getting some of this foundation built out right now is for that. And so just to see how well those things do and how much exposure our platform is able to get, and then if we need it, that's when we would throw in the NFT mint to get some more exposure and get people hyped about our platform, and then we would have to go about figuring out the exact utility that it offers versus being an early partner versus the freemium model on the website and things like that.
Right, got it. Okay, yeah, and I see we got a lot of new people in here. Yeah, guys, this is the team from Rethinkable. If you guys aren't from earlier with who they are, I dropped a link in Meta Hall. You can kind of join the server and take a nice look. So they've developed a Discord bot. Well, in the big picture, they plan on being a one-stop shop for work in the Web3 space. So if you are looking to get into Web3, get hands-on with some kind of job in Web3, there's many projects and companies that use their platform, and they're basically sending out job ads for very specific positions. So if you guys are looking to get more involved in Web3 and you're looking to, get something on your plate in this space, Rethinkable is a pretty decent portal. Pretty well-rounded portal, actually, for getting started there. Yeah, check out the link in the chat. I also recorded this AMA in case you guys do need to go back and watch it, but feel free to ask any questions while they're here. I think we started at around 1 o'clock. I'm going to keep them here for about 15 more minutes, guys. And then after that, I'm going to let them go. They're pretty busy. Let them do what they got to do. So feel free to ask your questions if you have any right now.
Yeah, any questions are more than welcome. Yeah. Like I said, this was a platform that, in a bot that was, designed for you guys, right? So anything that you guys have, please let us know. If you've used it before, please let us know what you think. If you're looking for a job and you need, educational material, that's something else that we're going to be doing in the pipeline to help you build it. So really, any questions are more than welcome.
There's a question by reading Meta Hall's the channel. There's a question by Sasuke. He's asking.
Oh, I asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, covered.
And feedback is also appreciated. It doesn't have to be a question, but if you got some good ideas that you think would be useful, happy to hear you guys out on that too.
Yeah, like I said, this is phase 1.1. So it's very early, and that's why we're really happy with the demand that it's brought for something that is really our first iteration of what we're doing. So this can be tailored, basically, again, it's something that you guys are using, right? We're facilitating it. We're the vessel to help you guys connect with those projects. So by all means.
Also don't have a question, but bullish what you guys have achieved. Looking forward for it to be implemented into more DAOs. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, guys. So
that Wiz.
Yeah, we do have the bot. If you guys check down below, right below this category, the social layer, there's a new category called job postings. Okay, so you can see, there's a job posting channel where you can click that and just see all the jobs. I'm probably going to organize it later on so we can see. That way, everything is more organized, like they have it in Rethinkable. But basically, any single job that you guys may be interested in, you'll be able to check it out and start applying that way. And also, in general jobs, I got to rename that to something else. Posted job, probably posted job or something like that. But I'll probably copy exactly what you guys did in your Discord. But you guys can also post your own job listing if you do that, and it's global, right? So if they post from here. Once you guys approve it, it'll also pop up in the Rethinkable server and other servers as well.
Yes, and that's a feature, and it's something you can tailor with. Some projects don't want community members posting listings for jobs. It's something they want hidden for themselves. Others are all about it. So as we know, there's tons of different founders and different projects, right? So if they don't have it implemented in let's say yours, and they want to implement it on ours, it's something they can do. But yeah, you can absolutely, if you are part of a team or you have a need somewhere, you can utilize that function as well if it's available in that server.
Okay, and there's no way to post a service ad at the moment, correct?
Yes. To my knowledge, no. There's no way to do a service ad unless Pixel knows something that I don't. Not on the functionality of this Discord bot.
Okay. So that'll be a web web functionality exclusive?
It's
Maybe not
something.
exclusive. Sorry.
No, go
Maybe
ahead.
not exclusive, but once it definitely will be there.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, and plus we're still going to have the Discord bot, just with less functionality once the web application comes out. So we may add another channel, a third channel for people to kind of advertise themselves and their services once we get to that point. But I'm not too sure if it's going to be exclusive to that, or how long it might be taking. It might take us for us to implement that into the bot itself, or if the web app is just going to come out first, and we'll just integrate it there.
Right. Okay. Okay. Um. All right. All right, guys. Any last questions before we send them on their way?
I wanted to know like how soon should we expect the web app? I'm not sure if that came in a bit late.
Yeah.
This is
So the web
interesting.
app. Yeah, the web app is something we're currently working on, and really, I hate to give a timeline on it, but it's something we can put out pretty much whenever we want to. We just are
I
getting
mean,
such. What was that?
the MVP, the minimum viable product, like whatever not doesn't have to be perfect. What like? Do you guys have a timeline on it?
So we don't have a specific timeline. It's something again that we can push out pretty much whenever we want. The thing is that we're working and building that out since we're getting so much demand from the Discord bot. Like I said, the Discord bot was just to be a sample, but we've been getting such an influx of jobs and people reaching out about it that we're kind of utilizing that right now just to spread awareness about it before we move to the web application, because that's going to have so much more in-depth features. So we're kind of just allowing people to get the gist of what we're doing and then expand on it as we build that trust, and more people are getting hired and more projects are recognizing us.
Got you, got you. I just think, but at the same time, you're only able to gauge the demand for the Discord bot because that's the only product out here. You will not be able to know whether the web app is going to have a higher demand than Discord app until and unless it's out in the market,
That's
right?
true.
Only when it's then you're going to be able to gauge it. Especially from if you have it listed on Product Hunt, I believe it's going to get huge demand. Uh, I open Product Hunt every single day. I look for good, every day I'm eyeing for a Web3 listing on Product Hunt, anything that offers Web3 solution, whether it's a no-code solution or whether it's a recruitment platform or whatever.
Agreed. And you're right. There is no real way to gauge it. We're confident that with what we have going into this web application, that it's kind of going to blow the Discord bot out of the water, so to speak. So the fact that people are happy with that, like we're pretty excited to see what the web application can do. But you are 100% correct. There is no way to properly gauge it until we put it out there. But we want to make sure that when we do put it out there, that we are 100% satisfied with it, with how it
Gotcha.
feels, how it looks, the functionality of it and whatnot, just because we want to be able to take it to that next step. Because again, the Discord bot, as simple as it is, it's working well, at least from the feedback that we've been getting in the testimonials. So, as we're allowing that to be spread more around and people are using it as a free feature, we're kind of nose to the grind on the web app to make sure it's perfect for everybody.
Yeah, I guess the Discord app is like your proof of demand for the project, for the tool. Your Discord bot is doing that for you. It shows you the proof that there is demand for the solution, and the next thing
Agreed.
would
And
be it through the app. Yeah.
yeah, it's really depending on who you talk to. Some will say it's a proof of work, proof of concept. I personally like to look at it as like a proof of concept because it's basically something that we're showcasing what we can do. This isn't like the end all be all. By no means is this the end all be all. Some people consider it proof of work because it's actually a working product right now. But
Yes.
considering what we have going on in the background, like it's 100-fold compared to the Discord bot. And that's why we're so happy with the Discord bot, because of what it's doing when we didn't expect it to get the amount of demand that it's getting so fast. We were happy with it, and we are happy with it, but we didn't expect it to get that much demand so fast.
How many servers
Amazing.
have the Discord bot now? Or how many projects
I
have you released it
believe,
to?
yeah, I believe we just crossed 100.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I believe we just crossed 100, and we have, and Pixel knows this. We get job listings and projects reaching out, whether it's Twitter, whether it's service tickets. It's just continuous. So there's a lot of people, because it's like, it's a domino effect, right? As soon as you kind of get one and then they spread it, the others start to fold. And we have some really big projects in there that are spreading awareness for us that are really happy with it as well. And like Trippin' Apes, we have tomorrow. Doing spaces with them. So it's like there's so many projects that are just been really happy with it to provide, free value to their community.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah, man. It sounds like you guys have a lot going on. Um, and in the big picture, it's definitely a massive hole in this market that nobody's actually been able to hop on quite yet. But yeah. Seriously, I like what you guys are building. Um, Obviously, it is in the early stages, but I mean that's where refinement comes in. You know what I mean? The fact that you guys already have this bot out and 100 servers, it's pretty impressive. But yeah, guys, this is. If there's any last questions, I'm gonna do one more round of questions, and then I'm gonna close it out and let these guys go.
We appreciate all your time, guys. Really, it means a lot that you guys come out to listen to us.
Yeah, man, and I'm gonna also I'm gonna post the VOD and the DAO announcements after this as well, and I'll also send it to you guys just so you guys can have a copy if you do ever want to take a look or review it or anything like that.
Cool. We appreciate that.
Okay. Sasuke's typing. Thanks for AMA. Okay. Awesome, guys. All right. Can you guys type W or thinkable in the chat, and then we'll let them go.
At least 5.
I'm a Dragon too. It counts as my say, right?
There we go. Cool.
All right, guys. My dog's having he has something going on, so I gotta take care of that real quick. Okay. But all right, guys. Much love. Yo, Rethinkable team. Yeah, man, we love what you're doing for sure. Once you guys got the service ads up and going, let me know. Hit me up. All right, and just remember, I was one of the first people to ask. All right.
You got it, man. You got it. I'm sure Pix will remember that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Appreciate your time today.
Yeah,
Thanks for letting me
appreciate
speak.
it. And Pix,
thanks guys so much.
Keep representing the DAO, man. Keep representing the Dragos.
I got you. I haven't changed my profile picture.
I
It's
know.
still up.
OG. All right, guys.
I knew
much
this
love.
one was for him, man. I knew he was going to be here.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, guys. Much love.